Early in the 11th century, tensions between the native Irish population and Viking settlers were high. The bitterness came to a peak in 1014, and what was then the largest battle in Irish history took place in Clontarf on Good Friday that year. The battle rocked the Viking power structure in Europe, and Beru's death after the battle would see him held up as a hero of Ireland and Christianity for centuries to come.
This is the iconic painting of the Battle of Clontarf, painted in 1826 by Hugh Fraser. The painting itself is quite dark, but the light is used to shine on a number of parts of the painting, highlighting particular bits of interest. So here on the left-hand foreground, we have in the tent is Brian Beru. At the time of the battle, Brian would have been in his 70s, so he was too old to fight in the battle. So he is in his tent and he's praying for victory. Here we have a number of the Viking ships, and it is said on Palm Sunday when they arrived into Dublin Bay that you could see the boats from Holt Head to the mouth of the Liffey. And here on the bottom of the painting, very well depicted, is Brian's son Murchith, who led the armies at Clontarf.
A millennium on, the people of Clontarf feel that it is important to commemorate this momentous battle. The Clontarf Historical Society have been working hard to create a Millennium Festival that will attract not only locals and enthusiasts, but will also bring visitors from across Europe.
The millennium is something very important. 1014 was a very important date in Irish historiography, and the name of the great High King, Brian Beru, is known internationally as well as in Ireland. So it's right that we would try to instill some knowledge and interest amongst young people especially in the events that led to the Battle of Clontarf and indeed the consequences it had thereafter.
A number of events have highlighted local efforts and brought the community together in their appreciation of their heritage. An event in Clontarf's Community Hall allowed a number of local groups to contribute, commemorating the Battle of 1014 and a number of other historic events in the area.
I mean, you can see here from the people here today just the enthusiasm from all the volunteer groups, all the community groups. I mean, they're all delighted to be doing events for the millennium. All the school kids are all doing it in school, and there's real excitement building now. And I think over the next 3 to 4 weeks leading up to the reenactments, it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
My real name is Ivan Erskine, but I go under the name of Ivar when I'm doing the reenactment. We try to be as authentic as possible to try and make everything exactly how the Vikings would have made it. We dye our own clothes, we use all the leather work, the wood turning and so on to make as much as we can. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend in St Anne's Park for the Battle of Clontarf. I believe there's about over 500 reenactors coming to do the battle and to set up the Viking village and bring 1 or 2 longships. So it'll be a fantastic weekend.
Of course, the event everyone's been waiting for is over the anniversary weekend itself. Hundreds of participants have come together to stage reenactments of the event and give a true depiction of who the Vikings really were.
You all know who the Vikings are. The Vikings are the nice guys who came to Ireland and showed you how to build towns.
In the early years of the 11th century, tensions were growing and everything was pointing towards an eventual showdown.
They are ready to take on the Irish and beat them.
Brian was at least 73 years old, so he handed over command to his son Murra, who apparently was, one hell of a warrior.
The Saxony Orkneys fighting Murchith. The Meath men. Malachy's men from Meath are swarming in. Malachy has held his men back in reserve. Not going very well for Bruder's men. The centre is holding strong. The Bruder's men are taking a killing. They're being massacred.
But as the Vikings were fleeing, a gentleman, well, if you could use the word gentleman, called Broder, he came across the tent, and apparently he didn't realise, he thought it was a priest or something first, but then he realised it was actually Brian Beru. But our friend Broder didn't get away either, because some of the Irish saw what was happening. They came flying back. It was too late to save Brian, but Broder, they gave him a lovely treatment. They tied him up to a tree, and they opened his guts down the middle and wrapped his bowels around the tree.
Look at him. This is very methodical. He's gutting Broder. He is using his sword like a butcher's knife. And he is... the intestines, I can hear them popping in there. Ugh.
As the weekend comes to a close, the battle has been brought to life once again. But really, this has been a celebration of our history, a history shared with many people across Europe.
Most Norwegian people, as Americans, are very proud of the Vikings, but unfortunately, they don't know why. Most think it's something with He-Man and men in latex and Vikings on historical challenge to do, which is dishonoring the Vikings. They are aesthetic, super raffinated people, and they are organizers, and they have this honor. Was very important for them to contribute to your society. And if people knew that, there would be even more pride.
We're Ardglass Vikings, we're a charity. We're the only people in Ireland with boats like this, and we help some charities raise money, but we also enjoy coming to gigs like this. But to see so many people on the field and traders from all over the world, it's a fantastic thing for Ireland. And coupled with the hospitality that we're renowned for, the weather, I think this will, only do the whole country good.
I think it must be time for the dead to arrive. Give him a big hand! Give him a big hand!